I'm Dreammaker Stephanie.
Aloha, I'm Dreammaker Hillary.
And today's topic is going to be Disney's Aulani Resort and Spa. Have you been, Hillary?
I have. My family and we stayed in Waikiki, but we actually went up to Aulani for a bit of a day trip, and it was beautiful. But I know you just came back from
I
there.
did, yes. I took my family of 5. I have 3 girls, ages 15, 12, and 8. And we did 11 nights at Disney's Aulani. And I have to say that even though it's not a theme park, Disney does an amazing job of bringing the Hawaiian culture and meshing it with the Disney culture.
Mhm.
And it was probably the most magical vacation we've ever taken as a family.
Oh, fantastic. So first, let's kind of talk about the different rooms that are at Aulani, because it is a resort. It is overall, it is a resort. So where were you staying? What were the rooms like?
So from what I understand is that Disney's Aulani has kind of 3 levels of rooms. The first being what they call the resort room. So most of those are your standard hotel rooms with 2 beds in the room. The next level up is called a deluxe studio. And then from there, which is what we stayed in, was a 1-bedroom villa. So they call those the villas. And there's 1, 2, and now there's 3.
Okay.
3-bedroom ones, yes. So we stayed in the 1-bedroom villa, which comes fully equipped with a kitchen, dining area. There was a queen-size pull-out sleeper sofa.
Mhm.
There was also a child-size pull-down under the TV. And it's not like a 2-bathroom. You don't get an ensuite. It's a split bathroom. So the first portion of the bathroom is a toilet, sink, and shower. The next section that has a door dividing it is the beautiful bathtub, another sink area, and a big size closet. We also had 2 balconies. So one off of our room and then one off of the main living room.
Now, the Disney Resort of Aulani is located on Oahu, so the island of Oahu in Hawaii, and it's kind of on the western part of the island. So it's not right in Honolulu or Waikiki, but it's in a beautiful area called Ko'olina.
Yes, and actually we flew into Honolulu. That was the airport that we used. And there were several options as to how to get from the airport to Disney's Aulani. They do offer a shuttle for a price.
Perfect.
There's also something called Charlie's Taxi. There's always Uber. And then we actually rented a car for the first portion of our stay. So we picked that up in the airport. I will just say that it is $37 US per night to park a vehicle at Disney's Aulani. So there is another option, which is a rental car on site at Disney's Aulani. It is Alamo, and you can rent that per day. So for us, we did a 1-day midway through when we had already returned our rental car, and it was $90 including tax, and that also included the insurance. And we just picked it up that day and dropped it off that night, and we didn't have any parking charges on our bill.
Good.
Yeah. So you said that you spent a day at Aulani. What were some of the things that you did?
So we toured around the beautiful resort, just really exploring the ins and outs of it, and it's absolutely amazing. But I think my favorite thing we did, we ate at Ama Ama. So they have some wonderful restaurants and food options there. They are a little more expensive, but you know what? If you just want to treat yourself for a night or a lunch, it was so good.
And I found that they were sort of immersive. So there's a lot of carvings around the building, stories that they like to tell you. The cast members will tell you some of the stories. And the restaurants my husband had at Ama Ama the mango mojito. And he said another mojito will never be the same for him. We did the sunset dinner there, which was absolutely stunning. It looks out into the lagoon. They actually raise the shades once the sun gets to a certain part. We also did the Disney breakfast with the characters, which was super fun. It was a buffet style, and that was at the called Nakahiki. I may be pronouncing it incorrectly, so I apologize if I am. And it was so much fun. The kids learned a song. They have a lady that comes out and plays on a ukulele. The characters were really fun to play with, and they had these unbelievable red velvet Mickey waffles that were to die for. But yes, and again, I did see a lot of the chef coming out and speaking to people who did have allergies or intolerances and kind of going through that buffet with them to let them know what they could and could not have. They're really good at catering to those needs of their guests. There was also Ulu Cafe, which is more of a quick serve.
Right.
There was lots of little nooks and crannies of places that you could go for snacks throughout. Did you do the shaved ice when you were there?
Yes, we did actually.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that was delicious.
So fun.
I love shaved ice anywhere, but it will have the little Mickey ears on it.
Mickey ears make it a little bit extra.
Yes. And I think what I love about the food there is that it's a lot of classic and traditional Hawaiian cuisines and flavors, but you still get that Disney, like the classic Disney favorite there. Yes.
The Disney zhuzh.
Like the Mickey waffles, the little Mickey Mouse, and like any food, but then also you're going to get the service for anyone with allergies. It's just kind of a nice reassurance when you're going to maybe a part of the world and a part of the country you've never been to before and you're a little more hesitant too about trying new foods and flavors. It's a good step into that because you could have everything from very traditional food and cuisine to more traditional like American style.
Yeah, absolutely. And I will say when my husband and I had our dinner at Ama Ama, what did we do with the kids? We dropped them off to Auntie's Beach House, which is the kids club for kids ages 3 to 12. You do go and pre-register online 90 days in advance, or at the minimum 2 days before you're going to be dropping off your children. You can go in as a family out of the gate in the morning when they open up, see the areas that they have available for the kids. They do their own version of a magic band. So you can see here it's stitched and it says Auntie's Beach House. My kids loved these. You will be charged for them. So for the 2 kids of mine that qualified, it was $27 US. However, if they're in good shape, you can return them and get that refunded.
The magic band.
The magic band, not your kids. No refund on there. They're happy to see them go, probably, with mine. The magic bands will be refunded, or if you want to keep them as a souvenir like we did, because my kids just have a plethora of magic bands that they love.
Yeah.
So that was great. And while the kids were in Auntie's Beach House, I actually paid for them to have lunch one day. So it was $10 per child for that lunch. One got the cheeseburger and fries, and the other child got the grilled cheese. And then that way I knew that they were fed there. I didn't have to go and take them out, bring them back upstairs, feed them, and then take them back. Because again, with Auntie's Beach House and with the amount of children that you have there, it is subject to availability. There are limits on how many kids can be in that area.
Yeah, for sure. And I think that brings up another good point about food too. While Disney has these restaurants and these food options on property there, you, with Villa in particular, you can bring in it's probably a good idea to cook your own meals to save a little bit of money here.
Absolutely. So in saying that, we went to Costco, which is not too far. I did feed my children McDonald's one day while we were out shopping. That's not too far either. Target, Walmart, they're all there. And with having a full-size kitchen, like we're talking fridge, freezer, and they do stock it with your plates, your bowls, your everything that you would need, dishwasher even. We went and got our groceries, and so for the majority of the time we did eat in our villa, so it was very convenient. There was actually no complaints about it.
Good.
Yeah. And so we had a great time doing that.
Perfect. So there's things to do in your hotel and in the resort. Now, what about the things to do on the beach, in the water?
Oh, yeah. So it's amazing. My kids are not generally beach goers. They love the pools, the lazy river, the water slides. This time, they loved the beach. So you can actually sign out a boogie board for free.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and they're actually pretty good quality.
Yeah.
So my kids would each sign out a boogie board and we'd head down to the beach. You can do snorkel equipment. Now it does cost money for that. So I have some information on that as well. And they could go out snorkeling. You could rent paddle boards. But the boogie boards were free each day. Oh, and the sand toys. You could get a bag full of sand toys for free as well.
So you don't have to bring those from home and you can leave them there.
Yes.
Oh, that's nice.
So again, subject to availability, but we're pretty early morning risers considering, Hawaii being 6 hours behind where we're from. So we were up pretty early in the morning and went down to, look at the pools while nobody was in them and get our spot on the beach, which was never an issue. There's tons of seating and availability there. And we spent most of our day in the beach.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
And the girls had their own goggles, so they went looking for fish and Disney does make it safe, that lagoon area. They do have people monitoring the waters. There's also a catch that is out in their lagoon. So the most you're seeing there are little fishies. Nothing too crazy or scary.
And because it's like a lagoon area too, like it wasn't super wavy or anything, was it?
No,
like,
by the time the waves come in from, there's like these little islands of rocks, they almost break the waves.
Yeah.
So when they come in, it's just enough to really boogie board and have fun with.
Right, exactly. Whereas like when we stay in Waikiki and like you are getting a little thrashed around sometimes in the wave. It's so much fun, but it's kind of nice when you have like a little bit of a calmer water area.
For sure. And there are life jackets available for kids throughout the facility. So whether you're in a pool or going down to the beach, those are free. And they do also offer free swim diapers for the little ones for in the pool areas and that as well.
Great. So, I know Aulani's beautiful and has all this to offer, but I really think that part of your Hawaiian vacation, even if you go to Aulani, needs to be exploring a little bit of the other islands, or part of Oahu as well. Okay, you did something interesting. You did a tour around the island, right?
Yes. So our family downloaded an app called the Oahu Shaka Guide. And shaka is the Hawaiian symbol with the hands. It was on iTunes for $13.99. And what it gave you was a North Shore tour, a South Shore tour. There was even a walking Waikiki tour and a historical one as well. So we did the North Shore and the South Shore. They do say that they can take up to 3 hours to do. We actually took 6 hours on 2 separate days because my kids love jumping out of the car. And I'm a photo fanatic. So everywhere we go needs to be documented, whether it's photo or video. I will say that was the most fun, was touring the islands. The guide on there, we named him Jeffrey with a G. And it felt like he was in the car with us. He would be like, so just up here to the left, we're going to pull into the parking area for this beach called Sandy Beach. But if that parking area is full, I've got a little hidden gem that's a little bit further up on the right. And he was actually correct. Like, you were better to go to the further parking spot. And he tells you the stories. He tells you the history, the monarchy. It was just, my kids are at a great age. Like, they just really soaked it all in. And I felt like as much as Aulani was great and we love Disney, we got a little bit of both worlds.
Yeah, you got to kind of balance with kind of the culture, especially when you're in Hawaii. And it's, for us, especially being here in Canada, it's a trek to get out there, and you want to make sure you're immersing yourself in as much of the traditional Hawaiian culture as possible. I know when I've been to Hawaii, specifically like Honolulu, Waikiki area, we go to the Bishop Museum, which has wonderful amounts of the Hawaiian culture history, and we've toured the palace there. I think it's the Aulani Palace. I apologize if I'm mispronouncing that, but it is beautiful, and you can take a tour of it and you can see throne rooms and all the areas, and you just learn about this rich, deep history that Hawaii has, and specifically Oahu has, that you wouldn't have known unless you took these tours or took time to listen to walking tours or anything like that to actually learn about the culture itself.
Absolutely. And in speaking with that, we decided to do the luau in Aulani. And it was unreal. It was amazing. Oh my gosh, the food was beyond. My daughter is a vegetarian, so the chef came out before everything sort of got kicked off, and he told her what she would be having as an extra. So there was a lot of things that she could eat in the luau, but he brought her out this vegetable ravioli that was, she said it was probably the best pasta she's ever had. So she loved it. It's very organized right from the start. We did not do the VIP tickets. We rolled the dice on general. And we had a great seat. So they're very long tables. And we had actually watched it from our room several times because that was our view. So it was almost like our 4th or 5th time watching it. But this time to be a part of it was great. They have activities for the kids. So the girls learned how to string their own lei with the fresh orchids that, I don't know if they spray them with something, but the leis there are, they smell amazing and they are fresh. And you actually get them upon entrance. So when you do get to Aulani, as soon as you get out of your vehicle, you are being greeted with a lei. And the men get the kukui nut leis. So the other ones were fresh, so I couldn't wear one of those. No, I've been back for a couple of days. But the luau was great. great history, story. The performances were amazing. We got tattoos, traditional stamped tattoos.
Okay.
The girls could take a ukulele lesson. There was somebody teaching that. Then the lays. There was also these bracelet lays that you could do as well.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
Small little ones.
And then, of course, the pig roast, which my vegetarian was not pleased with, but it tasted fantastic. If I'm being completely honest.
Yeah.
Lots of food. You get greeted with adults get one alcoholic drink upon entry, and then children were given like this fruity cocktail or whatever. That was, of course, virgin. Yeah.
So a good experience overall.
Oh yeah, it was amazing, and it's just you actually feel grateful to be sitting there and to be learning about these people, their history. And the kids were just at such a great age that everybody soaked it in and loved it. And again, Disney doesn't do anything half.
No,
they
not
go
at all.
Full throttle. So the luau was just very, very magical.
Good.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, I think that kind of covers a general overview of
I could go on for days and days and days. There's so much more we could possibly say, but we'd be here all day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think it's probably better that you just book a trip to Aulani
and try it for yourself.
Yeah, because I mean, that's just a once in a lifetime experience.
Absolutely.
It's just so nice to get out there, and you gotta try it. Try to get to Hawaii. It is beautiful.
Yes. Absolutely, and specifically Aulani, you're never going to be questioning the type of service or customer care that you're going to get.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty much it for this round.
Yeah, so if you have any questions about Aulani, feel free to email us or contact us or leave a comment below, and we will gladly answer any questions you have.
So I guess all there is left to do is say, if you liked this video, then please like, subscribe, and ring the bell.
Yep.
Mahalo!